Most English learners make one mistake: they listen, but they don't shadow. Welcome to English FlowZone. In just one session, you'll train your ears, build faster speaking reflexes, and sound more natural. Stay until the end, speak along, and watch your English improve faster than ever. Let's get started.
I'm Elena, your host for today's lesson. If you are joining us for the first time, I wish to impart something of paramount importance. We upload transformative English learning lessons every single day to assist you in accelerating your linguistic improvement and cultivating unwavering confidence. In today's episode, you are going to hone your auditory perception, your articulation, and your intellect, because this is a comprehensive C2 English immersive shadowing masterclass. In this session, you will not merely enhance your listening comprehension, but also your speaking fluidity, your enunciation, and your self-assurance when utilizing sophisticated English vocabulary in daily existence. Today, we are delving into a crucial subject that every ambitious learner requires. You will discover how to employ elevated English vocabulary and idiomatic phrasing in authentic daily scenarios. You will practice how to articulate with precision, think with greater agility, and express yourself with poise. Through shadowing exercises, simultaneous repetition sessions, and tangible examples, you will condition your brain to respond in English instinctively. Whether you desire to speak with authority at work, communicate effortlessly with acquaintances, or articulate your concepts smoothly in any discourse, this lesson will assist you in constructing the competencies you need to achieve total fluency. Before we commence, ensure you subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon so you never overlook powerful learning episodes like this. So, take a deep restorative breath, compose yourself, and let us embark on this journey. I want you to initiate this practice by simply attending to my voice and allowing the cadence of English to permeate your mind. Because shadowing is not merely regurgitating words, it is conditioning your intellect to conceptualize in English, training your mouth to maneuver in English, and disciplining your ears to discern the subtleties of natural speech. So, as we progress in this lesson, simply relax and accompany me slowly, gently, and organically, and you will observe how your English becomes more polished with every minute you invest here. Right now, visualize yourself in a mundane daily situation. You awaken in the morning. Your mind is still tranquil. You stretch, inhale deeply, and contemplate the sentiments you need to convey in English. Perhaps you must converse with a colleague. Perhaps you wish to dispatch a missive to a companion. Perhaps you wish to articulate your notions with greater clarity. In this lesson, we will rehearse the precise phrasing you can utilize in those ephemeral moments. So, as you listen, attempt to visualize these instances occurring in your actual life. Shadow this with me slowly. I am refining my English proficiency every single day. I am becoming increasingly self-assured. I am acquiring novel lexicon, and I am speaking with greater fluidity. Repeat it again in your mind or vocalize it if you are able, because these fundamental affirmations help your brain remain motivated and composed while acquiring knowledge. Now, let's transition into our first authentic speaking scenario. Imagine you are in the kitchen, assembling your morning nourishment, and you wish to narrate your actions in natural English. This is exemplary practice because daily life narration helps your brain remain immersed in English without translation. So, listen and repeat after me in your mind. I am preparing my breakfast at this moment. I awoke feeling invigorated today. I am brewing some tea. I am contemplating my agenda for the day. I desire to speak superior English today, and I am prepared to acquire knowledge. These simple descriptions condition your brain to utilize English instinctively without pausing to translate your cognition. Let's delve deeper. Imagine you must elucidate your morning routine to someone, perhaps a coworker, perhaps an associate, perhaps someone you encounter for the first time. Listen to this natural example. My morning was rather serene today. I awoke early, brewed a cup of tea, reviewed my correspondence, and organized my belongings for the day. Now, shadow this with me slowly, naturally. My morning was rather serene today. I awoke early. I brewed a cup of tea. I reviewed my correspondence, and I organized my belongings for the day. These sentences are concise but exceedingly beneficial because they help you construct fluency through habitual actions you experience daily. Now imagine someone inquiring, "How is your English practice progressing?" This is your opportunity to utilize sophisticated vocabulary that still feels authentic and assured. Listen to this example. My English practice has been remarkably consistent of late. I am concentrating on broadening my lexicon and articulating more distinctively. Shadow this with me. My English practice has been remarkably consistent of late. I am concentrating on broadening my lexicon and articulating more distinctively. These types of sentences demonstrate confidence, command, and daily amelioration. Let's move into another daily moment. Picture yourself commuting to work or academia. The atmosphere is crisp, and you are conceptualizing in English. You observe individuals around you, and your brain attempts to describe everything in English. This is a potent mental exertion. So shadow this with me. I am commuting to work presently. The weather is delightful. I am contemplating the dialogues I will engage in today. I wish to express myself with greater precision, and I am prepared for a fresh day. Keep repeating these slowly, letting the rhythm guide you. Now we will practice advanced vocabulary in a gentle, organic manner. Words that assist you in sounding more eloquent and poised. Listen to these daily life English conversations. Today, I wish to be more deliberate with my English acquisition. I want to pay heed to the idioms people utilize. I want to scrutinize how native speakers create fluid, interconnected sentences, and I want to integrate new vocabulary into my daily discourse. Now shadow this. Today, I wish to be more deliberate with my English acquisition. I want to pay heed. I want to scrutinize, and I want to integrate new vocabulary. These words, deliberate, scrutinize, integrate, help elevate your English instantly. Let's add another real conversation situation. Imagine you encounter a colleague or an acquaintance and they inquire, "How have you been recently?" Listen to this natural response. "I have been faring well. I have been focusing on refining my English competencies and communicating more assertively in diverse situations." Now, shadow it with me. I have been faring well. I have been focusing on refining my English competencies and communicating more assertively. This helps you articulate your progress with lucidity. Now imagine you are in a cafe awaiting your order and you wish to describe your surroundings. This is a magnificent shadowing practice. Listen. I am seated in a quaint cafe presently. It is tranquil. I can discern soft melodies. I am reflecting on my day and I am rehearsing English while I wait. Now repeat it in your mind. I am seated in a quaint cafe presently. It is tranquil. I can discern soft melodies. I am reflecting on my day and I am rehearsing English while I wait. This type of narration helps build cadence, rhythm, and natural descriptive aptitude. Before we proceed, take a gentle breath. Relax your shoulders and allow your mind to remain present with the English you are hearing. You are not merely learning. You are transforming the way you process thoughts and speech. And with every shadowing phrase, you are constructing a more robust, confident English-speaking version of yourself. We will keep expanding into more profound daily life situations, sophisticated vocabulary practice, and extended shadowing examples as we advance. You are performing admirably, and your evolution is already occurring. As we continue this practice, I want you to imagine that English is becoming a hospitable space for your thoughts, a realm where ideas flow without coercion, without hesitation, without apprehension. Many learners at the intermediate level struggle because they recognize many words, but they cannot summon those words into real conversations. And that is exactly what we are cultivating here through shadowing, consistency, repetition, and authentic examples that reflect the way individuals actually converse. Now, imagine you are speaking to a companion who inquires about your objectives. You want to sound assured and driven. Shadow this with me slowly. One of my paramount objectives this year is to speak English with greater fluidity. I want to articulate my ideas clearly and confidently in every scenario, and I want to utilize more sophisticated vocabulary in daily discourse. Let the words flow. Feel the rhythm, and let your mind internalize the syntax. Let's go deeper into describing personal development, something many English learners discuss. Listen to this smooth example. I have been endeavoring to enhance my fluency because I want to communicate without pausing to deliberate. I want English to come to me instinctively, like an inherent part of my daily existence. Now shadow it. I have been endeavoring to enhance my fluency. I want English to come to me instinctively, like an inherent part of my daily existence. These lines build confidence and clarity simultaneously. Now, imagine a new daily life situation. You are at work or university, and someone asks you to elucidate how your week is progressing. You want to respond with a more advanced, expressive answer. Shadow this slowly. This week has been quite fruitful. I have been focusing on honing my communication skills and paying attention to how people articulate themselves. Words like fruitful, honing, communication skills, articulate, instantly raise your speaking level to C2. Let's practice describing emotions, because emotional vocabulary is essential for speaking organically. Listen to this natural expression. I have been feeling more self-assured lately because my English practice is becoming more unwavering. I feel more at ease utilizing new vocabulary and expressing my ideas with lucidity. Now shadow it softly. I have been feeling more self-assured lately. My English practice is becoming more unwavering. I feel more at ease utilizing new vocabulary. These emotional sentences help you speak about your progress honestly and fluently. Imagine another situation. You are meeting someone after a long interval, and they ask what you have been occupied with. Listen to this daily life answer. I have been keeping myself occupied with work and education. I am attempting to remain disciplined with my English practice because I want to communicate more effectively in every interaction. Shadow it now. I have been keeping myself occupied with work and education. I am attempting to remain disciplined with my English practice. I want to communicate more effectively in every interaction. These are sentences people genuinely use, and you can use them too. Now, let's shift into more advanced vocabulary embedded inside easy-to-follow daily life conversations. Listen to this example. Recently, I have been attempting to augment my listening skills by paying attention to the intonation and cadence of natural English. I have noticed that when I listen meticulously, I comprehend more nuances and respond more confidently. Shadow it gently. I have been attempting to augment my listening skills, paying attention to intonation and cadence. I comprehend more nuances. I respond more confidently. Words like augment, intonation, nuances help elevate your speech instantly. Now, picture yourself in a conversation where someone asks, "What are you concentrating on in your English practice these days?" Listen to this natural, advanced level answer. I am concentrating on broadening my vocabulary and improving the clarity of my elocution. I am acquiring phrases I can use in my everyday interactions so I can communicate more effectively. Now, shadow it with me. I am concentrating on broadening my vocabulary, improving the clarity of my elocution, acquiring phrases I can use in everyday interactions. These are clear, smooth, professional-sounding structures that are perfect for advanced learners. Now, let's practice describing your daily routine again, but this time using slightly more advanced connectors. Listen closely. My days have been quite harmonious recently. I have been managing my time more judiciously, and I am trying to incorporate English in brief moments throughout the day. Even when I am strolling, cooking, or relaxing, I attempt to conceptualize in English. Now shadow it. My days have been quite harmonious recently. I am trying to incorporate English in brief moments. I attempt to conceptualize in English. This helps your mind switch into English naturally. Now, imagine a situation where someone asks, "What motivates you to keep learning?" This is your moment to use advanced emotional vocabulary. Listen to this example. I am motivated by the notion of becoming a more confident communicator. I want to articulate my thoughts clearly, participate in conversations more actively, and comprehend people without any ambiguity. Shadow it slowly. I am motivated by the notion of becoming a more confident communicator. I want to articulate my thoughts clearly. I want to participate more actively. I want to comprehend without ambiguity. These are strong, expressive sentences that help you speak with confidence. Now, let's move into a longer shadowing exercise. Listen to this entire English narrative first. Every day, I try to challenge myself with novel English experiences. Sometimes I audit conversations. Sometimes I peruse articles. And sometimes I rehearse speaking with myself. I have realized that consistency is the linchpin to improvement, and even brief moments of practice can make a monumental difference in my fluency. Now shadow it slowly. Every day I try to challenge myself. I audit, I peruse, I rehearse speaking with myself. Consistency is the linchpin. Brief moments of practice make a monumental difference in my fluency. Let this rhythm sink in. Now, imagine you are sitting with someone who wants to know why English fluency is vital to you. Listen to this advanced example. Fluency is vital to me because I want to connect with people from diverse origins. I want to disseminate my ideas, understand others clearly, and express myself without inhibition. Now shadow it. Fluency is vital to me. I want to connect with people. I want to disseminate my ideas. I want to express myself without inhibition. These lines help you speak with purpose and emotion. Now, I want you to practice a more descriptive shadowing practice. Listen. When I reflect on my English journey, I feel gratified by the progress I have made. I recall the days when I struggled with rudimentary sentences, and now I can express myself with more confidence and detail. Shadow it gently. I feel gratified by the progress I have made. I recall the days I struggled. Now I can express myself with more confidence. These reflections help you build self-awareness and fluency simultaneously. We are building layer by layer, thought by thought, sentence by sentence, so your English becomes smoother, clearer, and more natural with every repetition. As you continue listening, I want you to feel how the language is starting to settle more comfortably inside your mind. You are no longer coercing yourself to think in English. You are allowing English to enter your thoughts naturally, calmly. This is the true power of shadowing, training your mind, your ears, and your voice to move together in harmony. And the more you practice, the more automatic it becomes. Now, imagine a situation in which you want to introduce yourself in a more advanced, confident way. Listen to this natural example. I am someone who relishes acquiring new skills, and improving my English is one of my priorities. I believe that robust communication can unlock many opportunities, so I try to practice consistently. Shadow it slowly. I relish acquiring new skills. Improving my English is one of my priorities. Robust communication can unlock opportunities. I try to practice consistently. These lines help you sound thoughtful and mature in English. Let's explore another daily life moment. You are in a conversation with a colleague who asks how you manage your time. Listen to this natural response. I have been trying to organize my schedule more effectively. I segment my tasks into smaller steps so I can remain focused and avoid feeling overwhelmed. Shadow it now. I organize my schedule more effectively. I segment my tasks into smaller steps. I remain focused. I avoid feeling overwhelmed. These phrases are extremely useful in professional and daily conversations. Now imagine someone asking about your English learning methodologies. You want to give a clear, advanced answer. Listen closely. I try to amalgamate different activities: listening, reading, shadowing, and speaking. I have noticed that using diverse methods helps me comprehend English more profoundly and retain vocabulary more clearly. Now shadow it gently. I try to amalgamate different activities: listening, reading, shadowing, speaking. I comprehend English more profoundly. I retain vocabulary more clearly. This helps you express your learning style in a confident, natural way. Let's do another extended daily life shadowing exercise. Imagine you are walking through a quiet street in the evening. The sky is subdued, the air is cool, and you are reflecting on your day. Listen to this description. I am taking a leisurely stroll right now, just savoring the evening. It is peaceful outside, and I am utilizing this moment to rehearse English in my mind. I am reflecting on how the day transpired and how I can improve tomorrow. Now, shadow this with me. I am taking a leisurely stroll. I am savoring the evening. I am utilizing this moment to rehearse. I am reflecting on my day. I want to improve tomorrow. These gentle phrases help you speak in a calm, confident rhythm. Now, let's practice advanced connectors. These help you express ideas more smoothly. Listen carefully. Although I sometimes struggle with new vocabulary, I try to remain optimistic and keep practicing. Provided that I continue learning, I know I will become more fluent and confident. Shadow it. Although I struggle sometimes, I try to remain optimistic. Provided that I continue learning, I will become more fluent. These phrases help you sound very natural and well-spoken. Now, imagine you are talking about a recent experience, maybe something small, simple, or personal. Listen to this example. Recently, I viewed an English interview and I attempted to pay attention to the tone and expressions the speakers utilized. It was a splendid way to comprehend natural English better. Shadow it gently. Recently, I viewed an English interview. I paid attention to tone and expressions. It helped me comprehend natural English better. These patterns help you sound more descriptive and confident. Now, let's build a shadowing practice about personal motivation. Listen carefully. I want to keep improving my English because I derive pleasure from expressing myself in another language. I adore the sensation of comprehending new words and utilizing them correctly. It grants me confidence and makes me feel proud of myself. Shadow it slowly. I want to keep improving. I derive pleasure from expressing myself. I adore comprehending new words. It grants me confidence. It makes me feel proud. These emotional sentences help your English feel more real and sincere. Imagine another situation. Someone asks how you stay consistent with your practice. Listen to this example. I try to make English an integral part of everything I do. Even simple moments like strolling, cooking, or resting become opportunities to listen, think, or speak in English. Now shadow it. I make English an integral part of everything. Simple moments become opportunities. I listen, I think, I speak in English. This is real, practical fluency training. Let's practice describing your improvement journey more deeply. Listen. I have noticed that the more I practice, the more comfortable I feel. My sentences emerge more smoothly. I hesitate less, and I feel more confident speaking with others. Now, shadow it. I feel more comfortable. My sentences are smoother. I hesitate less. I feel more confident. These observations help you talk about your progress clearly. Let's go into another advanced daily life shadowing example. Today, I focused on listening to natural conversations. I paid attention to pauses, stress, and how speakers link their words. It helped me comprehend how authentic English sounds, not just textbook English. Shadow it. I focused on listening. I paid attention to pauses, stress, linked words. I comprehend authentic English better. These details help you understand natural speech patterns. Now, imagine you are sharing your long-term aspiration. Listen, my long-term aspiration is to communicate clearly and confidently in any situation. I want to express my ideas naturally and use advanced vocabulary without deliberating too much. Now, shadow it. My long-term aspiration is to communicate clearly. I want to express my ideas naturally. I want to use advanced vocabulary without deliberating too much. This helps you articulate your ambition smoothly. Now, let's add another long shadowing exercise to strengthen your rhythm. Sometimes I practice by conversing with myself in English. I describe what I am doing, how I am feeling, or what I am planning. It helps me think faster and makes English a natural part of my daily routine. Shadow slowly. I converse with myself in English. I describe what I am doing, how I am feeling, what I am planning. It helps me think faster. English becomes natural. This is one of the most effective fluency techniques you can master. You are doing amazing so far. And with every sentence you shadow, your brain is building stronger English patterns, patterns you will use automatically in real conversations. You are not just learning English. You are training yourself to live in English. As you continue practicing with me, I want you to notice something important. Your mind is beginning to follow the rhythm of English more naturally. You are not only repeating sentences, you are training your thoughts to flow in English. This is the stage where fluency begins to grow inside you, slowly, quietly, consistently. And every moment you spend listening and shadowing adds another strong layer to your confidence. Now, imagine you are in a conversation and someone asks you, "What helps you stay motivated when learning English?" Listen to this advanced yet natural response. "I stay motivated because I can sense myself improving each day. I comprehend a little more, speak a little more clearly, and use new vocabulary more confidently." Now, shadow it with me. "I stay motivated because I sense myself improving. I comprehend more, I speak more clearly, I use new vocabulary confidently." These lines help you express your learning mindset with maturity. Let's practice another daily life scene. You are sitting at your desk, taking a respite from work or studying, and you start reflecting on your progress. Listen. Sometimes I like to take a moment and reflect on how far I have come. I recall the times when English felt arduous, and now I can express my opinions much more easily. Now, shadow it slowly. I like to take a moment. I reflect on how far I have come. English felt arduous before. Now I express my opinions more easily. This reflective style helps you sound more expressive and emotionally connected. Now, imagine you are explaining why shadowing is useful. Listen to this natural example. "Shadowing aids me because it trains my mind to think in English. I do not just learn new phrases, I learn how to use them in real conversations without hesitation." Now, shadow. "Shadowing trains my mind. I learn how to use phrases naturally. I speak without hesitation." These structures help you sound clear and confident when talking about your learning methods. Let's explore another daily life situation. You are messaging a friend and want to explain how your day transpired. Listen closely. "My day has been quite productive. I completed my tasks on time, practiced some English, and took a few moments to unwind." Now, shadow it. "My day has been productive. I completed my tasks. I practiced English. I unwound." These kinds of sentences help you practice common conversational structures. Now, imagine you are speaking with someone about the challenges of English learning. Listen to this advanced yet simple practice. "Sometimes I find certain expressions or accents difficult to comprehend, but I try to remain patient. I remind myself that every challenge is an opportunity to grow and improve." Now, shadow it with me. "Some expressions are difficult. Some accents are difficult, but I remain patient. Every challenge is an opportunity to grow." This helps you sound thoughtful and strong. Let's move into emotional vocabulary again, because expressing feelings is an essential part of natural fluency. Listen, there are days when I feel a little weary or distracted, but I still try to practice a few minutes of English. Even small efforts help me stay on track. Now, shadow. "I feel weary sometimes. I feel distracted, but I practice a few minutes. Small efforts keep me on track." This is exactly how real people talk about their learning habits. Now, imagine we go into another shadowing scene. You are preparing your dinner, and you want to describe what is happening. "Listen, I am cooking right now. The kitchen smells delightful. I am reflecting on my day and practicing English in my mind while I cook." Now, shadow it. I am cooking right now. It smells delightful. I am reflecting on my day. I am practicing English in my mind. Daily life narration builds natural fluency step by step. Now, let's combine advanced vocabulary with daily situations. Listen, I am trying to be more consistent and disciplined with my English practice. Even when life gets hectic, I try to maintain a steady routine. Now, shadow. I am consistent. I am disciplined. I maintain a steady routine. Words like consistent, disciplined, steady help your English sound more advanced instantly. Now, imagine a moment when you finish a long day and you want to describe your feelings. I am feeling a bit fatigued but satisfied. I did my best today, and I am proud of the progress I am making. Now, shadow. I am fatigued but satisfied. I did my best. I am proud of my progress. These emotional and reflective lines help develop deeper fluency. Now, let's practice responding to someone who asks how your English is improving. Listen. I feel like my English is becoming clearer. I am choosing better words, speaking with more confidence, and comprehending conversations more rapidly. Now, shadow. My English is becoming clearer. I am choosing better words. I am speaking with confidence. I comprehend more rapidly. These patterns show real growth. Now, imagine you want to express appreciation for learning. Listen. I am grateful for every opportunity I get to practice English. Even small conversations help me grow and become a better speaker. Now, shadow it. I am grateful for every opportunity. Small conversations help me grow. I am becoming a better speaker. This adds emotional depth to your speech. Let's go into a slightly longer practice to strengthen your listening muscles. Listen fully first. Sometimes I think about how different my life will be when I become fluent. I will be able to communicate more freely, travel more confidently, and connect with people without feeling anxious. That thought inspires me every day. Now, shadow. When I become fluent, I will communicate more freely, travel more confidently, connect without feeling anxious. This inspires me. This type of vision building helps your mind stay focused and motivated. Now, imagine we shift into a calm, reflective moment. Listen. Right now, I am taking a little time for myself. I am sitting quietly, listening, and letting the English flow through me. I do not need to rush. I just need to remain present and keep practicing. Shadow it gently. I am taking time for myself. I am sitting quietly. English is flowing through me. I do not rush. I remain present. I keep practicing. This builds a calm, fluent speaking rhythm. Everything you are shadowing right now is building real, long-term fluency. Your pronunciation, your vocabulary, your confidence, they are all rising slowly but surely, and with every sentence. You are becoming more and more fluent. As we move forward, I want you to keep noticing how your mind is slowly adapting to English. You are not just memorizing sentences. You are building a natural flow, a rhythm that becomes easier every minute you spend shadowing. The more you listen, the more your brain begins to predict patterns, understand tone, and feel the structure of English from the inside. This is how fluency truly grows, not in big jumps, but in gentle, consistent layers. Now, imagine you are in a conversation and someone asks you what you enjoy about learning English. Listen to this natural, advanced level response. I enjoy learning English because it allows me to connect with people from different cultures. I like discovering new expressions, comprehending how sentences flow, and utilizing those phrases in real conversations. Now shadow it slowly. I enjoy learning English. It allows me to connect. I like discovering expressions. I comprehend the flow. I utilize phrases in real conversations. These lines help you sound thoughtful, expressive, and confident. Let's practice another daily life moment. You are heading to your room after a long day, reflecting on everything you experienced. Listen. I am finally taking a moment to relax. Today was full of small tasks, conversations, and learning moments, and I feel proud of myself for staying committed to my English practice. Now shadow it with me. I am taking a moment to relax. Today was full of tasks, conversations, learning moments. I am proud of myself. Describing your day helps build fluent storytelling skills. Now, imagine you are speaking to someone about your listening improvement. Listen. My listening skills are improving because I am paying more attention to tone, rhythm, and pronunciation. I am learning to focus on meaning instead of thinking about every single word now. Shadow it. My listening is improving. I pay attention to tone, rhythm, pronunciation. I focus on meaning, not every word. This is an essential skill for advanced learners working toward fluency. Let's explore a moment where you experience a small success, maybe understanding something you didn't understand before. Listen closely. Today, I understood a conversation that used to feel difficult for me, and that moment made me feel confident and exhilarated. It reminded me that progress is always happening, even when I do not notice it. Now shadow it gently. I understood a conversation today. It felt easier. I felt confident. Progress is happening even when I do not notice. These expressions show emotional maturity in English. Now, picture yourself preparing for an important day tomorrow, maybe work, school, or a personal task. Listen. I am organizing my thoughts for tomorrow. I want to communicate clearly and confidently, and I know my English practice today will help me express myself better. Now, shadow. I am organizing for tomorrow. I want to communicate clearly, confidently. Today's practice will help me express myself. This connects daily life to your fluency growth. Let's practice a more advanced vocabulary practice. Listen. I am becoming more aware of how English functions. I am noticing patterns, recognizing expressions, and comprehending conversations more naturally. Now, shadow. I am becoming more aware. I notice patterns. I recognize expressions. I comprehend conversations naturally. These are excellent phrases to describe your learning journey in detail. Now, imagine you are trying to encourage someone else to learn English. Listen. I always tell people that learning English is a journey. It takes patience, consistency, and a positive mindset. But every step brings you closer to fluency. Now shadow it softly. Learning English is a journey. It takes patience, consistency, a positive mindset. Every step brings me closer to fluency. These encouraging lines help build both confidence and natural speech rhythm. Now, let's go into another longer descriptive shadowing exercise. Sometimes when I am practicing English, I like to sit quietly and let the language wash over me. I listen to the sounds, feel the flow of the sentences, and try to follow along without stressing. It helps me relax and learn at the same time. Now, shadow it. I sit quietly. I let the language wash over me. I feel the flow. I follow without stress. I relax and learn. This builds deeper listening sensitivity. Now, imagine you are reflecting on your identity as a learner. Listen. I am becoming the kind of person who enjoys learning, who likes exploring new ideas, and who feels proud of every small step forward. English is becoming a part of my life, not just a subject I study. Now, shadow it. I enjoy learning. I explore new ideas. I feel proud of every step. English is becoming part of my life. This helps you talk about yourself in a more expressive, advanced manner. Let's explore a moment of calm concentration. Maybe during the evening when everything is quiet. Listen, the house is quiet right now, and I am utilizing this peaceful moment to practice my English. When everything is calm, it becomes easier for me to focus and listen with attention. Now, shadow it. The house is quiet. I am utilizing this moment. It is easier to focus. I listen with attention. This builds a sense of presence and clarity. Now, imagine someone asks you what kind of English you want to speak. Listen. I want to speak English that sounds natural, confident, and clear. I want to express myself smoothly without pausing or searching for words. Now, shadow. I want to sound natural, confident, clear. I want to express myself smoothly. These goals help shape your speaking style. Now, let's practice a longer connected thought. Each time I shadow a sentence, my brain becomes faster at comprehending. Each time I repeat a phrase, my mouth becomes more comfortable with the sounds. And each time I practice, I become a little more fluent than before. Now, shadow it. Each time I shadow, my brain becomes faster. Each time I repeat, my mouth feels more comfortable. Each time I practice, I become more fluent. This reinforces progress through repetition. Now, imagine you are ending your day with one last practice moment. Listen. I am concluding my day with some gentle English practice. It feels good to know that even a few minutes can help me grow and move closer to fluency. Shadow it. I am concluding my day with practice. It feels good. A few minutes help me grow. I am moving closer to fluency. This anchors your learning mindset. You are doing incredibly well. Your fluency is building sentence by sentence, and the more you continue, the stronger your English becomes. You are building confidence, clarity, rhythm, and natural expression with every moment you practice. As we continue, I want you to feel how your confidence is slowly rising. Your listening is becoming sharper, your understanding is becoming deeper, and your speaking flow is becoming smoother with every new sentence. This is the quiet growth that happens when you keep showing up for your English practice. You do not have to be perfect. You just have to be consistent. and consistency is exactly what you are building right now. Now, imagine you are in a conversation and someone asks you how you stay focused while learning English. Listen to this natural, fluent response. I try to stay focused by creating small, simple goals. I do not pressure myself. I just practice a little every day and trust the process. Now, shadow it gently. I stay focused with small goals. I do not pressure myself. I practice a little every day. I trust the process. These lines help you sound calm and confident in real conversations. Now, imagine you are reflecting on your progress while sitting outdoors. Maybe in a park, maybe on a bench, maybe during a quiet walk. Listen. Right now, I am enjoying the fresh air and reflecting on how much I have improved. I understand more expressions. I speak more confidently, and I feel more connected to the language. Now, shadow it. I am enjoying the fresh air. I have improved. I understand more. I speak more confidently. I feel more connected to the language. This helps you practice emotional and descriptive fluency. Now, let's explore a moment of interaction with someone who compliments your English. Listen, thank you. That means a lot. I have been practicing consistently, and I am trying to use more natural expressions every day. Now shadow it. Thank you. It means a lot. I practice consistently. I use natural expressions every day. These are extremely useful real-life responses. Imagine now that you are encouraging someone else who is learning. Listen, do not worry about making mistakes. Mistakes are part of the journey. They help you grow, learn, and become a stronger communicator. Now, shadow it softly. Do not worry about mistakes. They are part of the journey. They help you grow. They help you become stronger. Encouraging language builds confidence for both you and the people you speak with. Now, picture yourself explaining your learning routine. Listen, I try to include English naturally throughout my day. I listen while I cook. I think in English while I stroll. And I sometimes converse with myself when I am alone. Now, shadow it. I include English throughout my day. I listen while I cook. I think while I stroll. I converse with myself. These are real strategies that make your brain adapt to English. Let's build another daily life scene. You are on your way to work or school, thinking about your goals. Listen, I am walking slowly and thinking about how I want to express myself today. I want to speak clearly. Listen carefully and use new vocabulary whenever I can. Now shadow. I am thinking about how I want to express myself. I want to speak clearly. Listen carefully. Use new vocabulary. This builds controlled, intentional speaking patterns. Now imagine someone asks how you feel about your progress. Listen. I feel proud because I am improving step by step. Even on days when I do not practice much, I still try to keep English in my mind. Now, shadow. I feel proud. I am improving step by step. I keep English in my mind. These emotional reflections help build deeper, more connected fluency. Now, let's add a slightly more advanced practice to increase your listening challenge. Lately, I have been trying to become more aware of how fluent speakers express themselves. I pay attention to their tone, their pauses, and the natural rhythm they use, and I try to imitate those patterns in my own speaking. Now, shadow it slowly. I have been trying to become more aware. I pay attention to tone, pauses, rhythm. I imitate those patterns. This type of shadowing builds a native-like rhythm. Now, picture yourself in a calm space, maybe sitting by a window or relaxing on your bed. Listen, this moment feels peaceful, and I am utilizing this peaceful moment to train my English. I am not rushing. I am not stressing. I am just giving myself the time to grow. Now shadow it. This moment is peaceful. I am utilizing it to train my English. I am not rushing. I am not stressing. I am giving myself time to grow. This builds gentle, natural fluency. Now, imagine someone asks what you find challenging in English. Listen. Sometimes I struggle with long conversations because I want to respond quickly, but I remind myself that it is okay to take a moment to deliberate. Clarity is more important than speed. Now, shadow. I struggle with long conversations. I remind myself it is okay to deliberate. Clarity is more important than speed. This is an important mindset for real communication. Now, let's create another deep shadowing practice. When I listen to English, I try to focus on the overall meaning, not just the individual words. When I do this, conversations become easier to follow, and I feel more confident understanding different accents. Now, shadow. I focus on overall meaning, not individual words. Conversations become easier. I feel more confident. This builds advanced listening strategies. Imagine now you are ending your evening with a final English practice moment. Listen. I am winding down for the day, and I am delighted that I practiced my English. Even small moments like this help me stay disciplined and motivated. Now, shadow. I am winding down. I am delighted I practiced. Small moments help me stay disciplined. They keep me motivated. This reinforces consistency. Now, let's practice expressing long-term progress again. Listen. The more I listen, the more I understand. The more I speak, the more confident I become. And the more I practice, the closer I get to real fluency. Shadow it gently. The more I listen, the more I understand. The more I speak, the more confident I become. The more I practice, the closer I get to fluency. This repetition builds a strong mental foundation. You are doing amazing. Every minute you spend shadowing these sentences brings you closer to natural, confident, flexible English. And your progress is already showing through your consistency and dedication. As we continue practicing together, I want you to feel how English is slowly becoming a familiar space for your thoughts. Your understanding is deepening, your speaking rhythm is becoming steadier, and your confidence is quietly rising inside you. This is the result of consistent exposure, gentle shadowing, and real-life language patterns. And you are training your mind to trust itself more and more with each moment. Now, imagine you are in a comfortable conversation, and someone asks how English has changed your daily life. Listen to this natural response. English has become a part of my everyday routine. I use it when I think, when I observe things around me, and sometimes even when I converse with myself. It helps me stay connected to the language in a simple, natural way. Now shadow it softly. English is part of my routine. I think in English. I observe in English. I converse with myself. I stay connected naturally. This helps you sound thoughtful and fluent. Now imagine you are explaining why consistent practice matters. Listen. I have learned that consistency matters more than perfection. Even if I practice for just a few minutes each day, it keeps my mind active and helps me improve without feeling overwhelmed. Now, shadow. Consistency matters more than perfection. A few minutes keep my mind active. I improve without feeling overwhelmed. These patterns reflect mindset and maturity in language learning. Now, let's create a calm daily life scene to practice descriptive speaking. Maybe you are sitting near a window in the early morning. Listen. I am sitting by the window right now, taking a moment to relax. The light is soft, the air feels fresh, and I am letting myself enjoy this quiet time while practicing English. Now, shadow gently. I am sitting by the window. The light is soft. The air feels fresh. I enjoy this quiet time. I practice English. These sentences help you build smooth, descriptive ability. Imagine now that someone asks how you handle moments when you forget words or feel stuck. Listen closely. When I forget a word or feel stuck, I try not to panic. I take a small pause. Think of a simpler expression and continue speaking. Communication is more important than using perfect vocabulary. Now, shadow. I do not panic. I take a small pause. I use a simpler expression. Communication is more important. These lines develop emotional control and speaking strategy. Now, let's go into another natural advanced practice. Recently, I have been noticing that my confidence is growing. I am less afraid of making mistakes, and I am more willing to speak even when I feel unsure. It makes me proud to see this change in myself. Now, shadow it slowly. My confidence is growing. I am less afraid. I am more willing to speak. I feel proud of myself. Speaking like this builds emotional fluency. Now, imagine a moment when you are observing people speaking English around you. Maybe online, maybe at work, maybe in media. Listen. I like watching how fluent speakers express themselves, their body language, their tone, their expressions. Everything teaches me something new about communication. Now, shadow. I watch fluent speakers. I notice tone, expression, body language. Everything teaches me something. This helps you express learning through observation. Now practice another daily life narration. You are getting ready for the day, organizing your things. Listen. I am getting ready for the day, and as I organize my things, I am practicing English silently in my mind. I am rehearsing simple sentences, planning what I want to say, and preparing myself to communicate confidently. Now, shadow. I am getting ready. I organize my things. I practice in my mind. I rehearse sentences. I prepare myself to communicate confidently. This builds internal fluency skills. Now, imagine someone asks what part of English you enjoy the most. Listen. I enjoy the feeling of expressing myself clearly. When I find the right words and my message comes out smoothly, it makes me feel strong and capable. Now, shadow. I enjoy expressing myself clearly, finding the right words, feeling strong and capable. Fluency grows through emotional connection like this. Now, let's add another advanced practice for deeper listening. One thing I have learned is that fluency is not about speaking fast. It is about speaking clearly, expressing ideas confidently, and connecting your thoughts naturally. Speed comes later, but clarity comes first. Now, shadow. Fluency is not speed. Fluency is clarity, confidence, natural connection of thoughts. This builds professional-level explanation. Now, imagine you are resting after a long day and reflecting on your progress. Listen, I am relaxing now, and I am proud that I practiced even when I felt tired. These small efforts remind me that I am committed to my goals, and that makes me feel stronger. Now, shadow. I am relaxing. I practiced even when tired. Small efforts show my commitment. I feel stronger. Daily reflection builds deeper fluency. Let's continue with another realistic situation. Someone asks how you overcome fear in speaking. Listen, I try to remind myself that mistakes are normal. Everyone learns through experience, and every time I speak, I become a little more confident and a little more fluent. Now, shadow. Mistakes are normal. I learn through experience. Each time I speak, I become more confident, more fluent. These are essential expressions for self-encouragement. Now, imagine you are thinking about your progress while walking home. Listen, I am walking slowly and thinking about how my English has improved. I understand more conversations. I recognize more expressions, and I feel more comfortable speaking now. Shadow. I am walking slowly. I have improved. I understand more. I recognize expressions. I feel comfortable speaking. This builds calm narrative fluency. Now, let's practice a deeper, more emotional practice. Learning English has taught me patience. It has taught me to trust my abilities, to believe in progress, and to never give up, even when things feel challenging. Now, shadow. English has taught me patience, trust, belief in progress, not giving up. These emotional reflections help you speak with sincerity. You are doing beautifully. Your fluency is developing slowly, naturally, and powerfully through these long, continuous shadowing sessions. With every minute you spend here, you are building a stronger English-speaking version of yourself. As we continue this journey together, I want you to feel how your English is slowly becoming part of your inner voice. You are not only repeating sentences, you are creating a new way of thinking, a calmer, clearer, more confident version of yourself. And every sentence you shadow strengthens that version a little more. You are learning to trust your voice, trust your understanding, and trust your ability to communicate with clarity. Now, imagine someone asks how English fits into your daily life. Listen to this natural response. English has become a quiet companion throughout my day. I use it when I think, when I plan, and even when I imagine future conversations. It helps me stay connected to the language naturally. Shadow it. Now, English is a quiet companion. I use it when I think, when I plan, when I imagine conversations. I stay connected naturally. This helps you sound thoughtful and fluent. Now, picture yourself preparing for an important conversation in English. Maybe an interview, a meeting, or a casual chat with someone you admire. Listen, before an important conversation, I like to remind myself to stay calm. I take a deep breath, think about what I want to say, and trust that my practice will support me. Now, shadow. I stay calm. I take a deep breath. I think about what I want to say. I trust my practice. These lines build confidence and emotional control. Now, imagine you are noticing your own progress more clearly. Listen, I can see how my English is improving. I respond faster. I understand more naturally, and I feel more confident expressing my ideas. Now, shadow. I can see my improvement. I respond faster. I understand naturally. I express my ideas confidently. This helps you express progress smoothly. Let's practice describing a small, meaningful moment from your day. Listen. This morning, I sat quietly with my cup of tea and used that moment to practice some English. Even a few minutes made me feel focused and ready for the day. Now, shadow. I sat quietly. I practiced English. A few minutes made me feel focused, ready for the day. These are realistic, gentle sentences that build narrative fluency. Now, imagine you are explaining why you use shadowing as a technique. Listen. Shadowing aids me because it trains my brain to follow the natural flow of English. I learn not just the words, but the rhythm, the tone, and the way sentences connect. Now, shadow. Shadowing trains my brain. I learn rhythm, tone, connection, not just words. This develops advanced speaking awareness. Now, let's go into another daily life scene. You are watching something online in English and trying to learn from it. Listen. When I view videos in English, I try to listen carefully to the expressions people use. I repeat some of their phrases in my mind and practice using them later. Now, shadow. I listen carefully. I repeat expressions. I practice using them later. This helps you sound natural and observant. Now, imagine you are walking outside at sunset. The day is ending and you are thinking about your goals. Listen. I am taking a slow walk as the day ends. The sky looks warm, and I am thinking about how I want to continue improving my English tomorrow. Now, shadow. I am taking a slow walk. The sky looks warm. I am thinking about improving tomorrow. Descriptive sentences like these train your imagination and fluency together. Now picture someone asking why English matters to you. Listen. English matters to me because it unlocks doors. It helps me communicate, learn new things, and connect with people from all over the world. Now, shadow. English unlocks doors. It helps me communicate. It helps me connect. It helps me learn. This builds motivational and clear expression. Now, let's practice expressing honesty about difficulty. Listen. There are days when learning feels challenging, but I remind myself that every challenge is part of the process. Every struggle makes me stronger and more capable. Now, shadow. Learning feels challenging sometimes. Every challenge is part of the process. Every struggle makes me stronger. These emotional statements help you sound sincere and real. Now imagine you are describing your listening improvement in detail. Listen. My listening skills are improving because I have learned to focus on the overall meaning, not just individual words. I listen to tone, emotion, and context, and that helps me understand more naturally. Now, shadow. I focus on overall meaning, not just words. I listen to tone, emotion, context. I understand naturally. This builds deeper comprehension. Let's create a moment in which you talk about your speaking confidence. Listen. I used to hesitate before speaking, but now I am more comfortable trying even when I am not sure. I know that every attempt brings me closer to fluency. Now, shadow. I used to hesitate. Now I am comfortable trying. Every attempt brings me closer to fluency. This builds courage and fluency together. Now, imagine yourself ending your evening with a short reflection. Listen. I like ending my day by thinking about the progress I have made. Even the smallest improvements remind me that I am moving in the right direction. Now, shadow softly. I think about my progress. Small improvements matter. I am moving in the right direction. This strengthens emotional connection to learning. Now, Let's add another advanced practice. Recently, I have been more intentional with my practice. I choose activities that challenge me, listen more actively, and try to use new vocabulary in real situations. It helps me grow faster and communicate more naturally. Now, shadow. I am intentional with my practice. I challenge myself. I listen actively. I use new vocabulary. I communicate naturally. These lines strengthen your ability to express strategy and growth. Now, imagine you are talking with a friend who asks how you stay patient during the learning process. Listen. I stay patient by reminding myself that learning takes time. Every skill grows slowly, and every moment of practice counts. Now, shadow. Learning takes time. Skills grow slowly. Every moment of practice counts. These calm sentences help build a grounded, fluent mindset. You are building your fluency step by step, and your dedication is helping you reach a more confident, more natural level of English every single minute we practice. As your practice continues, I want you to notice how the language is beginning to settle more comfortably inside you. You are not only understanding the words, you are feeling the rhythm, the pauses, the natural flow of real English communication. This slow, steady development is what builds long-term fluency, and you are doing it right now by staying present, calm, and patient. Now, imagine someone asks how English helps you in your daily life. Listen. English helps me express myself more clearly. It gives me more confidence when interacting with people and allows me to understand information from many different sources. Now, shadow it softly. English helps me express myself. It gives me confidence. It helps me understand more information. These are natural sentences for daily conversations. Now, imagine you are thinking about your long-term goals. Listen. One of my long-term goals is to become a confident English speaker who can communicate naturally in any situation. I want to use advanced vocabulary smoothly and express my thoughts clearly. Now, shadow. My long-term goal is confidence. I want to communicate naturally. I want to use vocabulary smoothly. I want to express my thoughts clearly. This builds clarity and ambition in your speech. Let's create another daily life moment. You are preparing your lunch and thinking in English. Listen. I am slicing vegetables right now, and while I cook, I am practicing English silently. I am describing the actions, noticing the sounds, and using this time to train my mind. Now, shadow. I am slicing vegetables. I practice silently. I describe my actions. I train my mind. This builds internal fluency through narration. Now, imagine someone asks why you practice every day. Listen. I practice every day because I want English to feel natural. I want it to feel like a language I live with, not a subject I study. Now, shadow. I practice every day. I want English to feel natural, a language I live with, not a subject I study. This improves emotional and expressive fluency. Now let's practice describing a moment of motivation. Listen. Today I felt motivated because I noticed that I understood a conversation that used to feel difficult. It was a reminder that progress is always happening, even when it is slow. Now, shadow. I felt motivated today. I understood a conversation. Progress is happening even when slow. These patterns help you express growth realistically. Let's go deeper into an advanced practice. I have realized that my English improves the most when I engage with the language actively, when I listen with attention. Shadow with focus and speak without fear. Now, shadow. I improve when I engage actively. I listen with attention. I shadow with focus. I speak without fear. This builds your ability to talk about learning with confidence. Now imagine a peaceful moment in the evening. Listen, the evening feels calm, and I am taking this time to relax and practice a little more. Even a few quiet minutes help me stay connected to the language. Now shadow. The evening is calm. I relax. I practice a little more. Quiet minutes help me stay connected. This builds a gentle fluency rhythm. Now imagine someone asks how you stay consistent. Listen, I stay consistent by creating small habits. I practice a little in the morning, a little during the day, and a little before I sleep. These small habits make a huge difference over time. Now shadow. I stay consistent with small habits. Morning practice, day practice, night practice. Small habits make a difference. This reinforces discipline in your expression. Now picture yourself noticing new vocabulary in daily life. Listen. Whenever I hear a new word, I try to notice how it is used in the sentence. I pay attention to the context, the tone, and the feeling behind it. Now shadow. I notice new words. I pay attention to context, tone, feeling. This helps build stronger listening and vocabulary memory. Now imagine someone asks how you feel when you speak English, now compared to before. Listen. I feel more confident now. I think less about perfect grammar and more about expressing my ideas clearly. Communication is my main focus. Now shadow. I feel more confident. I focus on expressing ideas. Communication is my focus. This builds natural communicative fluency. Now we continue with another deeper practice. I am learning to trust my voice more. I am becoming less afraid of sounding imperfect and more interested in being clear, honest, and confident when I speak. Now shadow. I trust my voice. I am less afraid of imperfection. I want to be clear, honest, confident. This creates emotional connection with your speaking journey. Now imagine you are thinking about your progress before sleeping. Listen. As I get ready to sleep, I think about the English I practiced today. And even if it was not much, I still feel proud of myself for trying. Now shadow. I get ready to sleep. I think about my practice. I feel proud of myself, even if it was not much. This closes the day with motivation and self-appreciation. Now picture someone asking how you deal with difficult words. Listen. When I hear a difficult word, I do not get frustrated. I try to understand the meaning from the sentence, and if I cannot, I remind myself that it is okay to learn slowly. Now shadow. I do not get frustrated. I use the sentence to understand. I learn slowly. It is okay. This builds emotional resilience. Now imagine you are talking about your progress with someone. Listen. I have noticed that I am speaking more naturally. My sentences feel smoother, and I do not pause as much as I used to. Now shadow. I speak more naturally. My sentences are smoother. I pause less. This helps you express improvement clearly. Now let's add an advanced reflection. Learning a language is a long journey, but every moment you spend practicing brings you closer to the fluency you dream of. And knowing that keeps me motivated every single day. Now shadow. Language learning is a long journey. Every moment brings me closer. This keeps me motivated. This builds inspirational fluency. You are doing incredibly well. And with every sentence you shadow, your English becomes stronger, clearer, and more confident. As we continue practicing together, I want you to feel how your confidence is slowly becoming a natural part of your English. Every sentence you shadow strengthens your speaking muscles. Every phrase you repeat teaches your brain a new rhythm. And every moment you stay present here makes your fluency deeper and more automatic. You are learning, improving, and transforming with every word. Now imagine someone asks how English makes you feel nowadays. Listen, English makes me feel more connected to the world. It helps me express myself with clarity and understand people from different cultures. Now shadow it gently. English makes me feel connected. It helps me express myself. It helps me understand people. These lines help strengthen emotional and meaningful expression. Now imagine a simple morning moment. You are brushing your teeth, thinking quietly. Listen, I am getting ready for the day, and even in these small moments, English comes into my mind. I think about my plans, my goals, and my conversations in English. Now, shadow. I am getting ready. English comes into my mind. I think about my plans, my goals, my conversations. This builds internal thought fluency. Now imagine someone asks how you stay confident when speaking. Listen, I stay confident by reminding myself that communication is the real goal, not perfection. As long as I express myself clearly, I am doing well. Now, shadow. Communication is the goal, not perfection. As long as I am clear, I am doing well. This helps you speak with emotional balance. Now, let's practice a deeper descriptive scene. You are sitting outside, maybe in a park, watching people move around you. Listen, I am sitting here and observing everything. The movement, the sounds, the small conversations around me. And I am utilizing all of this to train my listening skills. Now, shadow. I am observing movement, sounds, conversations. I train my listening skills. This helps with descriptive expression and academic tone. Now imagine you are having a reflective moment about your progress. Listen. Sometimes I reflect and realize how much I have grown. I understand more. I hesitate less. And I speak with more confidence. And this makes me feel proud now. Shadow. I reflect. I have grown. I hesitate less. I speak with confidence. I feel proud. These lines help you speak about personal development. Now, imagine someone asks, what inspires you to continue learning? Listen, I feel inspired when I see my progress even in small details. A new word I understand, a sentence I say smoothly, or a moment when I feel confident. Now, shadow. I feel inspired by progress, by small details, by new words, by smooth sentences, by confident moments. This builds motivational fluidity. Now, picture yourself ending your workday, getting ready to relax. Listen, I am finishing my day and I am delighted that I practiced English even while feeling fatigued. These little moments remind me that I am committed to my goals. Now, shadow. I am finishing my day. I practiced even when fatigued. I feel committed to my goals. This strengthens discipline and determination. Now imagine someone asks how you deal with difficult pronunciation. Listen, when I struggle with pronunciation, I slow down. I repeat the sound gently, and I let my mouth learn the movement step by step. Now, shadow. I slow down. I repeat gently. I let my mouth learn. This helps build physical speaking awareness. Now practice another longer emotional narrative. Some days are effortless, some days are arduous, but I keep going because I know I am building something meaningful. My future fluency, my future confidence, my future voice. Now, shadow. Some days are effortless, some are arduous. I keep going. I am building my fluency, my confidence, my voice. This creates deep emotional fluency. Now imagine a quiet afternoon where you take a break and think in English. Listen, I am resting for a moment, and my mind naturally begins to think in English. Simple thoughts, simple sentences, but still this helps me stay connected to the language. Now, shadow. I am resting. My mind thinks in English. Simple thoughts, simple sentences. I stay connected. This builds internal structure. Now imagine someone asks how you practice speaking alone. Listen, when I am alone, I sometimes speak out loud to myself. I describe what I am doing, how I am feeling, and what I am planning. It helps me stay fluent even when I do not have a partner to practice with. Now, shadow. I speak out loud to myself. I describe what I am doing, how I am feeling, what I am planning. I stay fluent. This helps you express self-practice naturally. Now, imagine you are thinking about your next level of English. Listen, I am exhilarated about reaching a more advanced level. I want to speak more smoothly, understand more deeply, and express myself more precisely. Now, shadow. I am exhilarated. I want to speak smoothly, understand deeply, express precisely. This builds advanced vocabulary expression. Now, let's continue with another thoughtful English practice. I am learning to appreciate the small improvements, a clearer sentence, a faster response, a moment of understanding. Every small victory brings me closer to the fluency I want. Now, shadow. I appreciate small improvements, clearer sentences, faster responses, moments of understanding. Small victories bring me closer. This strengthens reflective fluency. Now, imagine you are finishing your day with gratitude. Listen, I am grateful for the time I spent learning today. It was not perfect. It was not long, but it was meaningful. And meaningful practice always brings results. Now, shadow. I am grateful. Today's practice was meaningful. Meaningful practice brings results. These lines help build emotional stability and motivation. Now, imagine someone asks, "What keeps you going?" Listen, what keeps me going is the belief that fluency is possible. Not just for other people, but for me. And with every day of practice, I am getting closer. Now, shadow. Fluency is possible for me. Every day brings me closer. This reinforces self-belief. Every sentence you shadow strengthens your foundation. You are becoming clearer, steadier, and more confident in your English communication. And the progress you are making is real, powerful, and long-lasting. As we continue moving forward, I want you to feel how English is slowly becoming a comfort zone for your thoughts. You are no longer struggling to find the right words. You are beginning to let your mind breathe in English. And this gentle transformation is exactly what brings long-term fluency. You are growing every moment you choose to practice, and that growth is becoming more natural with every sentence you shadow. Now, imagine someone asks how English has changed your confidence. Listen, English has made me feel more capable. It gives me the power to express myself with clarity and understand people from different backgrounds. Now, shadow. English makes me feel capable. It gives me power. It helps me express myself. It helps me understand others. These lines strengthen emotional expression. Now, imagine you are starting your morning in a peaceful way. Listen, I woke up feeling calm today, and before starting my tasks, I decided to practice a little English. Even a few minutes in the morning helped me feel more focused and prepared. Now, shadow. I woke up calm. I practiced a little. Morning practice helps me feel focused, prepared. This builds gentle morning routine fluency. Now, imagine someone asks, what you enjoy most about learning a language. Listen, what I enjoy most is the feeling of understanding something new. A phrase, an expression, a sentence. Each discovery feels like a small success. Now, shadow. I enjoy understanding something new. Each discovery feels like success. Simple but powerful. Now, imagine you are sitting in a quiet room listening to English softly. Listen. I am sitting here quietly, letting the English flow through my ears. I am not forcing myself to learn. I am simply allowing the language to enter my mind naturally. Now, shadow. I sit quietly. English flows through my ears. I do not force myself. I allow the language to enter naturally. This builds calm listening rhythm. Now imagine you are explaining why mistakes do not scare you anymore. Listen. Mistakes do not scare me the way they used to. Now I see them as part of the process. Every mistake teaches me something valuable. Now, shadow. Mistakes do not scare me. They are part of the process. They teach me something valuable. This helps build maturity in speaking. Now, let's create another daily life situation. You are walking home in the evening after a long day. Listen. I am walking home feeling a little fatigued but satisfied. I practiced today. I learned today. And that makes me feel strong. Now, shadow. I am walking home fatigued but satisfied. I practiced. I learned. I feel strong. This builds expressive fluency. Now, imagine someone asks what your greatest motivation is. Listen. My greatest motivation is becoming someone who can communicate confidently in any situation. I want to express myself freely without hesitation. Now, shadow. My motivation is confidence. I want to express myself freely without hesitation. This builds vision-based speaking. Now, imagine a moment of gentle learning. You are reading something simple in English. Listen. While reading today, I noticed how certain phrases repeat in different situations. The more I see them, the more comfortable I feel using them. Now, shadow. I noticed repeating phrases. I feel more comfortable using them. This builds pattern awareness. Now, imagine someone asks how you manage difficult listening situations. Listen. When listening becomes difficult, I focus on the overall message. I do not try to understand every word. I try to understand the meaning. Now, shadow. I focus on the message, not every word. I understand the meaning. This builds strategic listening fluency. Now, imagine you are preparing for a conversation tomorrow. Listen. I am thinking about the conversation I will have tomorrow. I want to speak calmly, use new vocabulary, and express my ideas clearly. Now, shadow. I am thinking about tomorrow. I want to speak calmly, use new vocabulary, express myself clearly. This builds future speaking skills. Now, imagine someone asks, what keeps you disciplined? Listen. What keeps me disciplined is the belief that English will unlock many doors for me. Personal doors, professional doors, and emotional doors. Now shadow. English unlocks doors for me. Personal, professional, emotional. This builds advanced vocabulary. Now, imagine you are sitting by a window again, watching the day slowly pass. Listen. As I sit here, I feel grateful for my effort. Even small practice moments help me grow, and I am proud of myself for staying consistent. Now shadow. I sit here. I feel grateful. Small moments help me grow. I am proud of my consistency. This builds emotional fluency. Now, imagine someone asks how you maintain a positive attitude. Listen. I stay positive by focusing on progress, not perfection. I appreciate every improvement, even the small ones. Now shadow. I focus on progress, not perfection. I appreciate small improvements. This builds motivational speaking. Now, imagine you are reflecting on your progress during a short break. Listen. I took a short break today and realized that English feels easier than before. My sentences are smoother. My thoughts are clearer. And I feel more relaxed when I speak. Now shadow. English feels easier. My sentences are smoother. My thoughts are clearer. I feel relaxed. This builds confidence in describing change. Now, imagine someone asks how you stay motivated during difficult days. Listen. Even on difficult days, I try to practice a little. I remind myself that slow progress is still progress, and consistency always wins. Now shadow. Slow progress is progress. Consistency wins. This builds confidence and determination. Now imagine yourself ending your long day with appreciation. Listen, at the end of the day, I feel grateful for every effort I made. I am learning something meaningful, and I know it will take me far. Now shadow. I feel grateful. I made meaningful effort. It will take me far. This builds emotional grounding. Every sentence you shadow right now is shaping you into a more fluent, confident, expressive speaker. You are moving steadily toward the fluency you dream of, and your dedication is leading you there, step by step. As we move into this final stretch of our practice, I want you to feel how far you have come, how much your mind has absorbed, how naturally English is flowing through you right now. You have been listening, shadowing, imagining, and practicing continuously. And every single sentence has strengthened your confidence, your clarity, and your ability to express yourself with calm, steady fluency. Now, imagine someone asks how English learning has shaped your personality. Listen, learning English has made me more open-minded. It has helped me think in new ways, understand different perspectives, and communicate with people I never expected to talk to. Now shadow it slowly. English makes me open-minded. I think in new ways. I understand different perspectives. I communicate with more people. This helps you express personal transformation naturally. Now imagine you are in a peaceful environment, maybe sitting outside with gentle wind around you. Listen, I am sitting here feeling peaceful, and as I listen to English, I realize how connected I feel to the language. It does not feel distant anymore. It feels familiar. Now shadow. I feel peaceful. English feels familiar. I feel connected. This builds emotional and atmospheric fluency. Now imagine someone asks what English means to your future. Listen, English is a tool I want to use for my future, not only for work or education, but also to explore new places, make new friends, and understand more of the world. Now shadow. English is a tool for my future, for work, for travel, for connection, for understanding. This builds purposeful expression. Now imagine you are reflecting deeply on your journey. Listen, I used to feel nervous speaking English, but now I feel steadier. My voice feels stronger, my mind feels clearer, and I feel proud of the courage I have shown along the way. Now shadow. I used to feel nervous. Now I feel steady. My voice is stronger. My mind is clearer. I am proud of my courage. This creates healing. Confident speech. Now imagine someone asks how you stay hopeful. Listen, I stay hopeful because I know that every day gives me a chance to grow. Even when progress feels slow, it is still progress. And slow progress is the kind that lasts. Now shadow. I stay hopeful. Every day I grow. Slow progress lasts. These lines help develop emotional resilience. Now, imagine a comforting evening moment. Listen, the evening feels calm, and as I reflect on my day, I feel proud of every effort I made. English is becoming part of my identity, not just a skill I am learning. Now shadow. The evening is calm. I feel proud. English is part of my identity. This builds deeper expressive ability. Now imagine you are preparing for tomorrow with confidence. Listen, tomorrow I want to continue growing. I want to speak with confidence. Listen with intention and use English naturally throughout the day. Now shadow. Tomorrow I will grow. I will speak confidently. Listen with intention. Use English naturally. This prepares your mind for the next steps. Now imagine someone asks why you never give up. Listen, I never give up because I know fluency takes time, and every moment of effort brings me closer to the speaker I want to become. Now shadow. I never give up. Fluency takes time. Effort brings me closer. This builds determination.